My name's Christopher Jerry, and I'm the founder, president, and CEO of the Emily Jerry Foundation, a small nonprofit that I established in memory of my daughter, Emily Jerry. Emily was diagnosed as having a large tumor in her abdomen, and it was very shocking to get that diagnosis, because my wife and I had just witnessed Emily running and playing as little ones do, chasing her sister and brother around the yard, let's say. And I noticed every once in a while she'd stop and grab her side and wince in pain, but that would just last for like a nanosecond. But after witnessing that occur multiple times, my wife and I, we decided to take her in to have her checked out. My whole career had been spent in medical imaging. And so when we went to that appointment, I'll never forget, they run her through the MRI scanner. And the radiology department was not that busy that day. And I'm thinking to myself, this is taking a little bit longer than I would anticipate. She was back there for over an hour. And then all of a sudden the radiologist and one of the doctors come out into the room, and my wife and I both stood up. Is everything okay? And they said, Mr. and Mrs. Jerry, you might want to sit down. That's when they first discovered the large tumor in Emily's abdomen. During that very scary time, as parents, I witnessed healthcare how it should be. Every clinician caregiver, especially the nurses, but all of them, the oncology team, the pharmacy team, they all loved my little girl up and took care of her like she was their own. And not just because we were watching so closely either. This is how, spending all that time in the treatment rooms and what have you, you get a chance to see how they interact with the other babies and children, how they take care of them. When people see that video that's on our homepage, I get asked the same two questions. First question is, Chris, you had to be mad as hell at the facility where it happened. The second question I get asked is, you had to be mad as hell at the clinician caregivers that were involved. We all grieve differently, but my answer to those two questions is no. Was I emotionally traumatized? Yes. I always will be. I miss my little girl. The reason I skipped over that natural second stage of grieving, anger and rage, it's only by the grace of God. That's what it comes down to. I felt called very early on to do this work that I'm so passionate about. And I consider it my life's work. I want to do everything and anything I can do to be a part of the solution, so that what happened to my daughter, what happened to my family subsequently in the years after, it doesn't happen to others. I feel like this is definitely the path that's been chosen for me. So I'm so grateful that Emily's short life here on earth, looking back on these years, Emily's short life here on earth quite possibly was meant to save thousands going forward. But I also believe that's why God gave her daddy such a goofy, outspoken personality too.